Beaches are usually calm and beautiful, but sometimes they hide chilling secrets. From strange objects to eerie finds, the shore reveals things you'd never expect. In today's video, we will discover 20 of the creepiest things ever uncovered on beaches. Let's start. A strange carcass about 6 meters long washed up on a Russian beach, prompting a swift response from Russian special forces, who seized it for investigation. Experts were puzzled because the creature was neither fish nor crocodile and had a fur-like covering. Although unconfirmed, it was possibly a beluga whale, known for its white skin, bulbous forehead, and Arctic habitat. Belugas are intelligent and social marine mammals that sometimes show unusual discoloration. What do you think was found on that beach? Share your thoughts in the comments. A 1,500-year-old church was discovered during excavations on the coast of Ashdod, Israel. The site revealed well-preserved architectural features, mosaics and fresco fragments that shed light on Byzantine art and religion. This ancient church highlights Ashdod's historical importance as a cultural crossroads by the sea. The find adds depth to the city's rich history and offers a direct link to the people who once practiced their faith there. The natural event of Peruvian jellyfish arriving in large numbers often happens along Peru's coast. These jellyfish, known locally as aguamala or stinging water, belong to the species Pelagia noctiluca and are common in the Pacific Ocean. Certain times of the year bring changes in ocean currents and conditions that increase their population. When this happens, many jellyfish drift toward the shore, leading to large gatherings on beaches. This is sometimes called a jellyfish bloom or gathering. Contact with these jellyfish can cause discomfort. Their tentacles have special cells that release a mild irritant on contact with skin, resulting in sensations like warmth, redness, and swelling. In rare cases, some people might experience symptoms such as nausea or lightheadedness. Have you ever experienced a jellyfish bloom or seen stinging water in person? What was it like? Comment and chat with me. Just when you think the wonders of the sea couldn't get stranger, an encounter on Australia's Bondi Beach reveals a fish with unsettlingly human-like lips. While walking along Australia's Bondi Beach, a local named Drew came across an unusual creature. Drew recorded the animal, highlighting its large, rounded lips that looked surprisingly human-like. The creature seemed almost like something from a sci-fi movie or cartoon. Despite these lips, its skin resembled that of a shark, which puzzled onlookers. Upon closer look, Drew saw the mouth was on the underside, unlike a typical shark. Experts later identified it as a sarcophagus fish, native to Australia. Although some fins and the tail were missing, its distinct features remained clear. Sarcophagus fish are common in Australia's temperate to tropical waters, and sometimes appear in shallow sandy bays. Its unusual look might be due to natural behaviors or swelling. The Moeraki boulders at Kohekohe Beach in New Zealand have intrigued many with their mysterious origin. These large, round rocks, some nearly 10 meters wide, have inspired several stories about how they formed. Here are 5 popular ideas: a Maori legend, alien eggs, volcanic activity, lightning strikes, and a scientific explanation. The Maori legend says the boulders are remains of a stranded canoe, with nearby rocky sandbanks as the petrified hull. Some suggest the boulders might be eggs from another world, carried by the sea or space. Another idea is that they were thrown from an ancient volcano. Others think strong lightning shaped the rocks by breaking and compressing material. Scientifically, the boulders are thought to be concretions, formed around fossil cores on an ancient seabed millions of years ago. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments. If someone said a simple cross washed ashore, it might not seem unusual. But this was no ordinary cross, over 20 feet long, weathered and covered in barnacles. It appeared on a Fort Lauderdale beach at Ocean Manor. The enormous wooden cross surprised locals and visitors alike, sparking curiosity about where it came from and what it might represent. The cross's origin remains uncertain, with different ideas circulating. Some believe it drifted from Puerto Rico, while others think it may have come from the nearby Florida Keys. Frank, the resort owner, saw the cross's arrival as a meaningful sign of protection and a hopeful message. He shared that his sister had been quietly reflecting on the beach that day after having a troubling dream. To keep the cross safe, Frank arranged to move it further from the shoreline, which took 7 people and 2 SUVs due to its size. Some speculate the cross once belonged to an old sailing vessel and might have been part of the structure used for managing sails. This idea adds an intriguing layer to this mysterious and remarkable find. If you want to see the legendary river creatures caught on camera, I've also added a direct link to the video in the comments section pinned below this video. And don't forget to come back. The next discovery is about a discovery that is believed to be the remains of a prehistoric creature. While walking their dog, Melanie and her husband Mike came across the large remains of an unusual creature. Large barely captures the size. It measured over 3 meters long. This happened in 2016, and the couple, parents of 2, were familiar with typical marine visitors like jellyfish washing ashore. But this was something different. At first, Melanie thought the massive form was a piece of driftwood, but the thousands of flies buzzing around it suggested it was an animal. Melanie speculated it might be a whale, though experts discounted this since whales rarely appear on those shores. More recently, some have suggested it could be the remains of a prehistoric creature. To this day, its true identity remains unclear. Locals have dubbed it the Beast of Port Talbot. Tap the like button to let us know this content is making a difference. And if you're watching on your phone, be sure to press the hype button right below. Every hype helps this video get published to more people, and it truly supports me in earning extra income. I promise to keep bringing you even more great content. Meanwhile, down on Cape Canaveral Beach, a chilling coconut doll with eerie human-like features surfaces. What secrets might this strange artifact hold before the next revelation unfolds? A curious doll made from coconut material recently washed up on Cape Canaveral Beach in Florida, catching the eye of beach visitor Bruce Robertson because of its unusual details. The doll featured teeth resembling human ones, along with textures like snakeskin and feathers on its limbs. Some beachgoers suggested it was likely a common local creature that should be carefully handled or removed. However, after looking into its background, Bruce believed the doll represented Anansi, an African spider figure known from Ghanaian folklore, symbolizing luck and protection. Michelle Davis, who owns an African bookstore nearby, saw the doll differently. She found it unsettling and thought parts of it resembled human-like skin. She suggested it might relate to traditional spiritual practices, which continue to be observed in many places worldwide. In July 2023, an unusual event captured the attention of locals and experts on an Australian beach, when a large metal dome washed ashore. The mysterious object sparked curiosity about its origins and possible connections to space activities and notable past aviation incidents. Authorities classified the dome as potentially hazardous and advised the public to maintain a safe distance. Some speculated that the object might be a part of a rocket, possibly linked to space exploration efforts. A leading theory suggested it resembled a fuel tank from India's Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle, which had successfully launched earlier that year. The dome was roughly 2.5 meters wide and 3 meters tall, matching the size of such rocket components. Others considered the possibility that it could have come from an aircraft. The find also invited comparisons to a well-known aviation mystery from nearly 10 years prior. In an intriguing development, a curious object recently appeared from the sands of Daytona Beach, Florida. This unusual find, thought to be made of wood and metal, was revealed by severe erosion caused by Hurricanes Ian and Nicole. Officials in Volusia County noted that this level of erosion had not been seen in the area for at least 25 years. The structure, about 24 feet long, is believed to have been uncovered by the force of Hurricane Tamara. Melfers, a spokesperson for Volusia County, acknowledged that the exact nature and origin of the object remain uncertain. Various ideas have circulated online, including it being part of a shipwreck, remnants of an old pier, or seeding from historic beach races. However, no official identification has been confirmed. The object presents a challenge for officials, as it becomes submerged during high tide, making access and excavation difficult. Sometimes the scariest beach discoveries aren't objects but living creatures where they don't belong. A group of friends on a New Zealand beach panicked when a massive fin cut through shallow water toward them. It was an orca, one of the ocean's strongest predators. Orcas usually stay in deep water, so seeing one near shore was unusual and frightening. Their frantic retreat was caught on video, showing raw fear at sharing space with an apex predator. New Zealand's waters also host many shark species, like bronze whaler sharks that frequent coastal areas in summer, following fish schools and occasionally approaching swimmers. Great white sharks roam these coasts too, causing multiple incidents each year. Their presence turns peaceful beach days into dangerous encounters, reminding visitors that humans are visitors in the ocean's realm. Seeing a large fin so close triggers deep survival instincts, shifting calm into primal fear. The ocean reveals itself as unpredictable and hazardous. What makes this worse is how sudden it is. One moment enjoying the beach, the next facing a deadly predator. The ocean's skill at hiding such creatures until the last second is both amazing and terrifying. Brian Daniel, a self-proclaimed conspiracy theorist, made headlines claiming he discovered an alien underwater base with extraterrestrial remains washed ashore as proof. Brian described the alleged alien body as having non-human features unlike any known marine or land animal. He even recorded footage of government officials secretly removing the being from the beach. His most striking claim is an underwater base off Greece's coast, visible on Google Maps. The base supposedly has an 8-meter-long opening serving as a refuge for unidentified flying objects entering and exiting the oceans. If true, this suggests extraterrestrials have hidden installations in our oceans, challenging what we know about Earth. Brian's history of extraterrestrial encounters adds both credibility and doubt. He has reported many sightings of strange objects and believes aliens have been in our oceans longer than people realize. The swift government removal of the alleged alien body raises questions about official knowledge of alien activity, implying authorities know more than they reveal. Brian's underwater base theory aligns with global reports of unidentified submerged objects seen by military personnel, suggesting oceans may hide unknown technologies or beings. Whether Brian's claims are real or fiction, they reflect humanity's deep fear and fascination with the idea that we may not be alone, and intelligent life could be closer than imagined. The Texas coastline is known for a disturbing beach phenomenon. Mutilated dolls regularly wash ashore in horrifying condition. These are not ordinary lost toys, but grotesque remnants that terrify those who find them. The dolls arrive missing limbs, hair or eyes, their plastic bodies covered with barnacles and marine growth. Empty eye sockets now host sea creatures, giving an eerie impression of living horror watching visitors with alien intelligence. Mission Aranza Reserve, a local group tracking these finds, has documented dozens. Their Facebook gallery shows the most unsettling dolls, some with barnacles growing from eye sockets, looking like tears of marine life. This frightening change from childhood toy to oceanic horror disturbs many. Scientists say the Texas coast acts as a garbage magnet, with beaches holding 10 times more pollution than other Gulf of Mexico areas. The Yucatan Loop current carries debris toward Texas shores. But why mostly dolls? This mystery puzzles researchers. The current explains how objects arrive, but not the frequent appearance of mutilated dolls, hinting at something more than random chance. The psychological effect is strong. Finding a mutilated doll on a peaceful beach walk triggers deep fears of lost innocence and safety. These objects turn beautiful coastlines into scenes from horror stories. World War II still reveals secrets decades later, as Amanda W. and her family discovered at Port Aransas Beach. What seemed like a simple rock was actually a relic from one of the deadliest conflicts in history. Covered with amber, shells, and seaweed, the object had spent decades in the ocean. Inside, they found a rubber ball made of latex-like material. This wasn't just any ball, it came from the SS Rio Grande, a German warship sunk in 1944. The Rio Grande carried cargo like zinc, copper, cobalt, and rubber balls. When American warships approached off Brazil, the German crew scuttled the ship to prevent capture, sending it and its cargo to the ocean floor. The rubber ball traveled nearly 80 years and thousands of miles, from the Atlantic through the Caribbean to the Gulf of Mexico, finally washing up on a Texas beach. This find raises questions about how many World War II artifacts remain hidden beneath the waves. Countless ships rest on ocean floors, their cargo slowly spreading across the world's shores. The rubber ball is a tangible link to the human cost of war. German sailors died when the Rio Grande sank, and this object survived as a reminder of their sacrifice. It symbolizes both the futility of war and the endurance of memory. For Amanda's family, a curious beach find turned into a powerful history lesson. The ocean delivered the past right to their feet, showing that history is never truly lost, only temporarily hidden. Every summer, Qingdao's coastline in East China turns into an alien landscape as massive blooms of fluorescent green algae invade its beaches. This is more than a minor issue. It transforms paradise into an eerie, otherworldly scene. The algae cover about 22,000 acres, spreading a vast green carpet that changes familiar shores into strange terrain. Despite efforts using over 2,000 vessels, authorities struggle to control these blooms. They have removed more than 77,000 tons of algae, including 44,000 tons from the coast. Yet the green tide returns each year stronger. Tourists interact with the algae in unusual ways. Many bury themselves in the green mass, emerging like swamp creatures. Others form sculptures blending algae and sand into grotesque figures along the shore, which appear to move as the algae live on. Though not harmful to humans, the algae devastates marine life. Fish suffocate under the green cover, creating dead zones where nothing survives. The smell of decaying sea life mixes with the algae's organic odor, filling the air with decay. The yearly arrival feels like a plague. Locals know it's coming, but cannot stop it. The algae turns their beautiful coast into a scene from a post-apocalyptic nightmare. Climate change and pollution worsen the blooms, signaling a potential future for other coastal cities. Qingdao's green invasion starkly reminds us of the damage we cause to marine ecosystems and the urgent need for environmental care.
Off Palm Beach, Florida, diver David made a mysterious discovery while snorkeling with his children. At a shallow depth of 5 to 10 feet, he found an object that triggered his survival instincts. It looked like an unexploded rocket, sparking fear of a possible explosion. Locals speculated the object might be World War II military equipment or decommissioned torpedoes, given the area's naval history. Police responded quickly, sending dive teams with specialized gear, signaling serious security concerns. Despite their efforts, the team could not identify the object, deepening the mystery and suggesting it may be beyond typical military hardware. Officials called it a U.S. practice rocket that had been removed, but many found this explanation incomplete. The incident sheds light on the many military objects still unaccounted for in coastal waters. Past naval exercises, weapons tests, and wartime activities have left dangerous debris hidden underwater, capable of surfacing unexpectedly. David's find is a stark reminder that coastal areas, even seemingly safe beaches, may hold hidden hazards from past conflicts. Beneath calm waters lie remnants of war, turning peaceful swimming spots into potential minefields of unexploded ordnance and abandoned equipment.
The sandy shores of Galveston, Texas, recently captured online attention when a beach visitor spotted an unusual sea creature that intrigued marine experts. What appeared from the sand resembled an unlikely combination of features rarely seen together in nature. The Texas Parks and Wildlife Department described it as a crab-like fish, typically found in muddy bays and quiet inlets. Seeing one out in the open daylight revealed unusual details seldom observed. Its slender, elongated body ended in a broad muzzle, filled with several rows of uneven teeth, somewhat like a mythical sea creature given a more unsettling appearance. The fish's dark gray and black coloring contrasted starkly against the pale sand, adding to its mysterious look. One extraordinary characteristic involves its survival method. If caught by a predator, this crab-like fish can escape by making its way out through the predator's internal tissues, a remarkable adaptation that shifts it from being prey to taking charge. Reactions online varied from curiosity to unease. Some found it hard to believe such a creature could exist naturally, suggesting ideas like extraterrestrial origin or scientific experimentation. This find has ignited discussions about other rare and secretive sea dwellers. If this fish is a part of nature's usual repertoire, what other surprising forms might be hidden beneath the waves? The crab-like fish serves as a reminder that nature's creativity and survival strategies often surpasses even the most imaginative stories of mystery and wonder. When Patricia's friend found something on Bolivar Beach, Texas, it quickly captured attention online and among marine enthusiasts. A photo shared on Facebook showed a strange creature that looked almost alien. The image revealed a mass covered in sharp teeth and odd bumps, with feather-like structures that gave it an eerie, otherworldly feel. This mix of delicate, beautiful appendages and menacing teeth struck a disturbing contrast, sparking theories of extraterrestrial origins. Comments flooded with disbelief, fear, and speculation about what might hide in the ocean's depths. When officials were asked for answers, they identified the object as the gills and gill arches of a large sportfish, likely discarded after being filleted by a fisherman. These feather-like parts were actually gills designed to extract oxygen from water. Seen separated and washed ashore, they appeared strange and unsettling, challenging people's views of familiar marine life. This incident shows how little we know about the inner anatomy of common sea creatures. Taken out of context, even ordinary fish parts can look monstrous, reminding us how much remains mysterious beneath the waves. Australia's mermaid-like skeleton. Recently, while driving along the beach at Keppel Sands, Australia, Bobby Lee came across a mysterious set of remains. She shared a photo on Facebook, describing the find as resembling a mythical figure with a human-like skull and a furry body. The image quickly sparked curiosity and many guesses. People suggested it could be anything from a deceased sea lion or dolphin to more imaginative possibilities, like a mythical sea creature or something from beyond Earth. Some encouraged Bobby to notify local authorities because the skull appeared quite similar to a human one. However, most thought it was likely the remains of a marine mammal in an advanced stage of decomposition, possibly a seal. The shape of the head and sturdy ribs supported this idea. To this day, the true identity remains a mystery. What are your thoughts on what it might be? North Korea recently conducted one of its most significant defense demonstrations to mark the anniversary of its armed forces. Taking place in the Wonsan region in the country's east, the event came amid rising regional tensions. A government representative described it as the largest such demonstration so far, involving around 300 artillery units. The directive to begin came from North Korea's leader, Kim Jong-un. Large-scale self-propelled weapons were positioned along the coastline and activated simultaneously. Such demonstrations of strength are not unusual for North Korea, especially during notable occasions like Armed Forces Day, when the country celebrates the founding of its military. This year marked the 45th anniversary of that founding, making the event particularly meaningful. The timing also coincides with increased military activity by the United States in the region. Through this demonstration, North Korea aims to convey to its neighbors and global observers that it is prepared to defend its interest robustly. From mysterious creatures that defy scientific explanation to artifacts that connect us to forgotten chapters of history, these 20 discoveries prove that our beaches are far more than peaceful retreats from modern life. They're gateways to mysteries that challenge everything we think we know about our world. Have you ever discovered something unusual on a beach? Share your experiences in the comments below, because your find might be the next mystery that captures the world's attention. If you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, make sure to subscribe for more explorations of our planet's most puzzling phenomena. And remember, the ocean keeps its secrets until it's ready to reveal them. What will wash ashore next? Only time and tide will tell. Thanks for being with us. Leave a comment, like to show your support, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more exciting videos. See you next time.